The automotive industry is gearing up for an exciting year in 2024 with a wide range of vehicles that showcase innovation, style, and performance. And these are the top anticipated 2024 car models that you might like too. Genesis GV70. With everything turning electric in 2024, Genesis has decided to fully electrify its premium V6 engine GV70 SUV, and many people will probably consider it as their next luxury electric SUV. If you already like how the gas-powered GV70 looks, then you'll be happy to know that not a lot has changed in its upcoming electrified version on the exterior. If you don't, well, you may want to look at it again because this masterpiece SUV stands out from the crowd. Also, you will be glad to know that the mechanical makeup of the electrified GV70 will offer just about the same feel as driving its gas-powered counterpart, which will make it easy for people transitioning from gas to electric. As for specs, you are getting a 77.5 kilowatt battery that should last around 250 to 300 miles of driving on a single charge. Also, with the dual-motor all-wheel drive version, you should be packing about 429 horsepower. With the 2024 Genesis GV70 Electric, the luxury SUV segment is going to get even more competitive. Honda Prologue. While Honda may not have the most popular brand when it comes to electric cars, it does look like they are on the brink of a breakthrough with the 2024 Prologue SUV. The company has revealed what this SUV is like, and not so much info on what it can do on the drive. The only thing we can say for sure is that its platform will be mainly collaborated with General Motors, so expectations are high for this one. Design-wise, the 2024 Honda Prologue already snatches a good grade. You're getting a pretty cool compact SUV that can offer more space than the smaller models without the bulk of a big-size SUV. A pretty interesting choice by the Japanese automaker. If you like a minimalist design, the Prologue makes for a perfect choice. The concept models so far show off a great blend of functionality, aesthetics, and simplicity. We cannot wait to see what comes next with about a $45,000 price tag. Kia EV5. If you're going to buy a crossover EV SUV, then you may want to wait a little bit for the all-new Kia EV5. This one is bound to be a delight. If Kia's recent press releases are anything to go by, then we can expect great things from the EV5. So far, major specs and numbers are kept secret, but the overall design direction has Kia fans on a high. It draws most of its inspiration from the earlier announced EV9, and we have to say that this is very well done. From the amazing design on the outside to a very unusual design on the inside as well. The rear-hinged doors swing open to reveal a very spacious cabin with seats that turn in different directions. Considering that this is still a concept design and not the final production unit of the vehicle, we do expect a few things to be toned down. But you have to give Kia credit for being so aggressive with EV options you can buy from them. BMW i5. The new 2024 BMW i5 may possibly be the most versatile vehicle that BMW has ever designed. While it'll be fully electric, the German car brand has designed the structure of the powertrain to fit any condition. Whether they decide to build a plug-in hybrid version or do a fully gasoline or diesel setup, they could easily fit it into the same structure. According to BMW, they intend to have the 2024 i5 be a car that can work in any condition, lifestyle, and consumer preference. The 5 Series has always been one of BMW's most popular lines, so the intention is to give consumers something new to gush over. We do expect great things from this one, as BMW has a pretty strong record to go by. The official launch of this new series is set to be sometime in 2024, and we expect the all-new BMW i5 to match or exceed its direct rival Mercedes-Benz EQE. 2024 Ford Edge. Ford recently unveiled the very new updated 2024 Ford Edge. Whether or not this stunning design will cross over into US or international markets, you have to admit it looks really amazing. However, judging by the amazing ovation it's been met with, it's most likely the wisest decision is to import some of the design languages of the Chinese Ford Edge L. There's a lot to love about the design of this SUV, both on the inside and out. The exterior is a simple and sweet setup that ticks every box for what a modern SUV should look like. It's also worth noting that this one is a 3-row SUV. Yes, we are getting a 3-row Ford Edge that would be quite the hit in the US market. Looks aside, the Ford Edge 2024 runs on dual EcoBoost powertrains. The first is an e-hybrid that carries 271 horsepower, while the other is a regular gas powertrain that offers another 248 horsepower. Acura ZDX. This is clearly Acura's first major attempt to join the EV movement. However, expectations are already high for the 2024 Acura ZDX. There's been some chatter about the 2024 ZDX sharing the same platform with the Cadillac Lyriq. While that might come as a shock, it should not distract you from the bigger picture. The Cadillac Lyriq is a pretty amazing ride, and if that's anything to go by, then we may be getting the 2024 ZDX with around 500 horsepower at its most powerful stage. Acura has not yet stated what the battery capacity will be. Nevertheless, the 2024 Acura ZDX may be getting the same 102 kWh battery from the Lyriq. So we're also looking forward to the range in the 300 mile per charge region. The 2024 ZDX is expected to retail at about $60,000 to $70,000 for its base model, and we're looking forward to how that turns out in production. Ford Mustang. The Renegade muscle car is back. The all-new 2024 Mustang is back, and it's everything you want it to be. No hybrid powertrains, shrunken engines, turbos in place of cubes, just that same unadulterated, naturally aspirated V8 awesomeness that has been winning over automobile fans since the first Mustang made its appearance in 1964. The 2024 Mustang has improved a ton of features while still adhering to its vulnerable blueprint. Numerous variants and trim levels are revealed for the 2024 Ford Mustang. To distinguish the numerous alternatives and assist the performance of the appropriate model, each model provides unique design cues. Ford's new Dark Horse trim, which tops the Mustang range, has the aforementioned 500 horsepower V8 engine and other visual accents placed all around the car to let people know you have the top of the line model. Mercedes-Benz GLC. In keeping with its trend of hitting a decent refresh on its 2024 models, the 2024 Mercedes-Benz GLC Coupe is getting some changes of its own. The 2024 GLC maintains the curvy design of its predecessors as well as an almost endless list of features that come standard. The subtle changes appear in the shape of the headlights and taillights. Plus, this one is quite physically and spatially larger than the last GLC Coupe. The most changes and upgrades are on the interior of this vehicle. Apart from the captivating styling, you now have more digital controls, a large 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, the 11.9-inch center console with Mercedes' latest infotainment software, as well as new functionally placed button controls. This one is on its way to being one of the best luxury crossovers on the market. We'll be looking forward to it. Kia EV9. Early 2024 is when the 2024 Kia EV9 is anticipated to appear. The 2024 Kia EV9 will be built on the EV6's popularity while being a big brother SUV with 3 rows. Interestingly, there will be 5 different trim options for the EV9 with a starting price of about $55,000. When built with max options, it should have roughly 400 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque. If you want the top potent version of this EV, those are not bad numbers for a 3-row family SUV. For Kia, it's crucial to have a family EV in the fleet as the auto industry embraces electrification more and more. That will be the 2024 Kia EV9. Depending on how the interior is set up, it will most likely have seats for 6 or 7 people as a 3-row SUV. Hyundai Ioniq 5. The 2024 Ioniq 5 is supposed to be a higher voltage version of the 2023 Ioniq 5 that was already pretty good. If you want a vehicle that offers even crazier performance numbers, Hyundai is adding the extra power with its Ioniq 5N variant. This time, drivers are getting dual electric motors that are tapped to produce around 600 horsepower. Every other thing will also be significantly upgraded as well. Larger wheels, bigger brakes, wider fenders, a more sporty nose piece, and a larger rear diffuser. This one should be a delight to drive. It's worth mentioning that the 2024 Hyundai Ioniq 5 is getting a massive software update which is expected to help with customer complaints made in the previous year model. Hyundai is also planning to reveal a smaller variant of this performance EV, but it's not going to be revealed until 2025. Audi Q6 e-tron. The Q6 e-tron is Audi's latest all-new electric SUV that is truly a performance and design masterpiece. Audi has been quite busy when it comes to electric vehicles, and it looks like they are taking the fight one step further with the new Q6 e-tron. So far, the design of the test units that have been spotted reveal its unique design language that Audi has built for this particular vehicle. Furthermore, Audi has confirmed that its Q6 e-tron will carry a massive 800-volt electrical system. It will also have two design variations. One regular crossover SUV shape and a sloped back version that gives a more sporty vibe. Judging by the number attached to the name, this should be a middle ground from what the Q4 and Q8 e-tron offer. Fisker Pear. How would you feel if you could buy a really decent electric car from Fisker for around $30,000? Since its announcement last year, Fisker has continued to drop snippets regarding the Fisker Pear. Over 5,000 reservations that have already been made for this budget crossover, which will start at around $30,000, is proof that the teasers are working. With around 250 miles of estimated range, most future Pear owners will probably never need more than that. The anticipation and excitement are as intense as they could ever be. When Fisker Ocean became the highly anticipated Tesla Model Y alternative, we knew that the company could definitely make a smaller size EV for much cheaper than Ocean. At the moment, we do know that the design of Fisker Pear is pushing boundaries with its architecture, solar panel roof, and a Houdini trunk. The only hope right now is that Fisker won't raise prices due to supply chain cost spikes and so on. If Fisker will be able to do it, then millions of new orders are destined to go to Fisker. Genesis GV90. Taking the luxury EV SUV conversation to a whole new level is the new 2024 Genesis GV90. It is the brand's first attempt at a three-row electric SUV, and it's said to be their flagship SUV. Genesis has always been great with its design appeal, and all that inspiration will also be transported to the GV90, so hopes are high. At the moment, we know that the GV90 will share the same powertrain as the upcoming Kia EV9 and Hyundai Ioniq 7. This should produce impressive results on the step of the pedal, as well as an impressive range of around 300 miles on a single charge minimum. Genesis will also benefit from a 350 kilowatt fast charging infrastructure of Hyundai Motor Group, just like two other brands like Kia and Hyundai. Most importantly, Genesis promised to keep the luxury standards throughout the interior and exterior of this three-row SUV. Volkswagen ID Buzz. While there are tons of big and small EVs on the market, the one department that seems to be getting the least attention is the large families that would like to quit gas. On that note, Volkswagen has decided to fill the gap with the 2024 Volkswagen ID Buzz. Grabbing inspiration from the older Type 2 microbus, this offers a nostalgic vintage vibe on the outside, while hosting massive space on the inside with free-for-all seating in 3 rows. This fully electric van will come in both all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive options. The brand is currently aiming to get the 2024 ID Buzz to as high as 260 miles of range. The base-level single-motor rear-wheel drive ID Buzz will produce about 201 horsepower. As for the higher dual-motor trim with all-wheel drive, you should get as high as 295 horsepower. As long as Volkswagen can pull these numbers off, this would be an amazing accomplishment for a vehicle this size. Mercedes-Benz GLB. It's a common saying that the little things matter, and Mercedes-Benz is taking that message to heart for the 2024 GLB. Considering that it's been quite a hit since its introduction in 2022, the brand has decided to make subtle but important changes to the compact SUV that should get drivers excited. The upgrades are also on the inside, with the larger 10.3-inch screens that used to be restricted to the premium lines now available as a standard feature. Speaking of performance, the 2024 GLB also packs a pretty interesting setup under the hood. The turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder engine is now joined to a 48-volt hybrid system. There's also a belt-driven starter generator that adds a bonus of 13 horsepower for accelerating under some conditions, as well as coasting without running the engine. The most powerful GLB peaks at 221 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. As a side note, the AMG version of the GLB is also in line for release, and it gets you around 302 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. It will also have the boost from the 48-volt hybrid system.